How are we doing, everyone? It's Shaneghoul again. I'm. This is my week 7 PUPL game. I'm doing another live recording. Um, Bit of a different week at this time because we've already made the playoffs and we're just kind of playing for fun. So more of an exciting team. I've got an Octillery, I've got a Basculin, Air Balloon Raichu. You know, some Pokemon you don't really see. So it's yeah, it's more of a fun week, but the principles still apply. So we'll still be trying to win. We'll still be thinking through my plays and all of that. Now I need to find this team. It's an old one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I built this. I'd say about a year ago. This is a very old team. It goes back to Scrafty meta, back to pre-SEL. Yeah, old enough team. So, so my opponent, OranBerryBlissey10, I know him very well. We've played across a load of tournaments. We're teaming for the minute for NU World Cup. So we've had a load of good games across, I guess, the last year, I'd say. And he's been playing SSPU for a good few months now. He knows what he's doing in the tier. He seems to like it, which is always great. And he has decided to bring Sand this time around. Frostmoth Sand. It's an interesting build. I like what he's going for. Good for the Octopus to see the Sand. The problem with this team, as you can see, is there's no ground resist, which is why it's Air Balloon Raichu. But yeah, that's not ideal when you're facing off against Sandslash. So we'll have to keep that in mind and try and mitigate the damages from that. What I'm seeing immediately though is he's really weak to Sylvally Steel. Really weak to Sylvally Steel, and I can probably do something with my Comfy, which can kind of shut down the Sandslash with its priority Giga Drain. And then the other thing I'm looking at is I need to make sure I don't lose the Frostmoth, because that thing is scary. But yeah, Scarf Basculin should be really good here as well. So loads of outs. I'm kind of happy with how this looks. Raichu's pretty useless this game, but it might be helpful for switching into a last minute EQ. Kind of catch the Slash off guard, and then if offensive Sword Stance, that's correct. So it can take a knockoff after Sand. But hazards can't be up. So that's good to know. In terms of leads, I don't really want to reveal my Valley immediately. I think we're going to see a Gigalith lead from him, or we're going to see a Vikavolt. I'd be surprised if he leads with either of his Sand guys without Sand up. Frostmoth generally doesn't lead, and if he leads with it, I'm not too worried about that. And he might lead with Wims, but I'd say this is more of a support Wims that doesn't really lend itself to being led with all that much. I could get hazards early, but I don't really care about my hazards this game. He's probably boots on 1, 2, 3, and then these don't really care that much about hazards. I want to lead Octopus, but if he leads Vikavolt, I'm in a spot of trouble, so I'm not going to do that. I might... See, Drode would put me in the best position into the Vikavolt, is what I'm looking at here. Vikavolt is really annoying for what I have. You know, looking at it, I might just lead Octopus and flamethrower the Vikavolt. I'm not that concerned. I'm going to do that. Okay, he does lead Whimsicott. That's interesting. I didn't expect that. So, if this is offensive, I probably need to be switching out. I really don't think it's going to be. Like, I really think this is support Whimsicott. And it's, like... I do value the damage on this because I want to click water moves with my Basculin. So I'm just going to stay in on Flamethrower here. Yeah. Okay, he gets the crit on that, which is fine. So Lycanroc comes in on the Flamethrower. If that's Life Orb, it can kill me with Stone Edge here, so I need to switch out. That Whimsicott crit was actually quite annoying because it forced me into that situation. So now I have to dance around the lichen rock, which yeah, I don't do very well. So like I could go valley and then I'd be pivoting into comfy. So this isn't great. I could hope for a dodge here. I'm just gonna stay in a surf. I value this less than I value my comfy, I think. And my Sylvally. I don't really value my Drud. I can go Drud, I guess. Drud is stopping nothing, really. It gets rocks. Maybe I should have just led with Drud and rocked. So we see CC immediately. Okay, that's interesting. Lots of chip on him then. Which, oh, this is definitely going to be adamant, actually. I should put that into the calc. Yeah, so he CC'd there for the guaranteed kill. I wonder if he CC's this time, knowing how much damage that's going to take on him. It doesn't really matter because of... Yeah, like I die regardless. So I'm just going to get my rocks here. I'm not going to get my rocks, but I'll click rocks on the off chance he decides to switch or stone edge and miss. I'm not worried about him swords dancing because worst comes to worst, I can always revenge kill this with my comfy. So he does that. I'm just going to go Basculin and flip turn to get my Sylvally in on the Whimsicott, which, yeah, I'd be happy with that outcome. I don't... So we've seen the calc here. Okay, well he decides to let that go. I guess he's checking to see what item I am, which is fair enough. I'm gonna Octopus here, I think, because it doesn't allow the Vikavolt to roam free. I want to put that Vikavolt in a position to where it can't stay in on one of these, which is what I'm looking at right now. By going Octillery, because with the Vikavolt so healthy, it kind of mitigates what these Pokemon can do, because if I go into one of them, he just goes into Vikavolt, and then he's like, I'm trading massive damage into it. So like Valley can deal with it, but I have to take over half on it, and Valley's really important to what I'm trying to do this game. So that's the kind of logic on what I'm looking at the minute. Again, I'm not worried about that Sandslash long term because of comfy, which is really beneficial. So like it does look on paper that I'm really weak to Sandslash because I don't have any switch-ins to it, which I don't, but he has to work to get the Sandslash in, and then I can revenge kill it with comfy always. What I'm kind of mentally considering at the minute is how well my comfy will do into a Frostmat, and you're like, you can see they're not great, which is good to be aware of. Yeah, I'm guessing he's debating at the minute going to Gigalith and setting his sand, which I'm going to say this Gigalith is going to be the sand rock, what's it called? Smooth rock? Yeah, I want to say it's smooth rock. It's good to just have that in there. Yeah, so I think he's debating that and then probably looking at... Oh, okay, no, he just goes into the Frostmat. So I'm going to choose to save this and go into my Steel Valley. I don't think I can really get punished heavily for this. And then I'm going to Giga Drain. So I can afford to just Flamethrower here, actually. Which is a nice position to be in. Nothing on his team wants to take this. If he wants to play games and go Gigalith and then go into Vikavolt here, I'm not that worried about that. Because then I'm getting damage on the Gigalith, and then I'm getting damage on the Vikavolt, plus it's taking the sand the next turn, and then I can just U-turn out and kind of go from there, maybe get the Raichu in. I don't know if I want to make that play, but it's in my mind anyway, because like Vikavolt won't enjoy taking a multi-attack plus sand. I won't. Okay, so he does make that play with the Gigalith. I would kind of be expecting to see the Vikavolt or the Sandslash come in here. I'm thinking about just clicking U-turn with the Valley, and just go in from there. So I can't lose my valley is one thing I'm really looking at because of the situation puts me into Frostmoth. So I'm just going to U-turn here. If he stays in and decides to earthquake, that's fine. Yeah, so we do see the Vikavolt come in. This is going to allow me to get my Octillery in, and now because of the sand, this is in a range where it's going to die to Octillery. Can I see from that damage if he has HP? Oh, he definitely has HP. Okay, that's interesting. He's max HP. Oh, like he's defensive Vikavolt. That's really interesting. So this is not going to die to my Octillery. Well, it is after sand, so I'm fine making that play. Because now my Silvally is once again really threatening. And I'd say more importantly, my Raichu is becoming a big issue for him once this goes down. So we see, yeah, that's going to live. We knew that was going to live. That's fine. Him getting to save that as a sack is a bit of a shame, but that's fine. I'm not super concerned about that. I still have the Raichu in mind to as a one-time switch into Sand Slash. If he goes Sand Slash this time, I'm probably going Comfy because I don't want to out myself on the Raichu this early. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of that encounter. If he goes Whimsicott, okay, which he has done, I'm going to go into my Silvally, and I'm expecting him to just U-turn, sack the Vikavolt, and go Sand Slash, and then I get to get my Raichu in. So we see the U-turn in, we're going to see the Vikavolt sack. Yeah, Sand Slash comes in, I'm going to go hard Raichu. As the Earthquake comes out. Excuse me. So he's probably going to fear the Surf. And go into his Whimsicott would be my guess. So I'm going to Volt Switch. It's an aggressive line, but I think I'm in a position to where I need to take this line. Like, I'm not in a great spot right now. Yeah, okay. Now I am. And I can get Valley in here and just click Flamethrower if I want to. What's doing more into the Slash? Oh, multi-attack's doing more. I can just multi-attack then. I have no reason to make the Flamethrower play. As Slash comes in, it's going to take a huge amount of damage here. Okay, that's me. That is a lot of damage, but it's not a huge amount. But this can't kill me from... Like, even if he decides to... Okay, so he does that. But he, yeah, he wasn't going to kill me there. And I'm going to Volt Switch again. As the Whimsicott comes in. I do need to make sure I'm keeping my Valley healthy enough to where I don't lose to Frostmoth, but I think I'm fine where I'm at the minute. Like, Whimsicott could Moonblast me here and put me down to 50, but I just, so like, I'm looking at this. I need to stay above 40 basically. We know this isn't cussed up. Do I just... Yeah, I'm fine here. Right. Do I have Jet on this? I don't. Okay, that's a shame. So I will die to a knock plus sand here. And doesn't really matter anyway because of... But I'm fine to make this play, I'm pretty sure. He's going to make... Oh, he didn't. Okay. Well, now I think I'm going to win. So I might die to a knock here, 31% chance. If I do, so be it. And then I Comfy. So Whims comes in. I don't really care about keeping HP on this anymore. he might U-turn here. Doesn't really matter to me because it's going to die to a Sylvally once the sand is gone, so I need to just keep clicking grass knot here is what I'm looking at. Okay, so we see the Moonblast, which again I am absolutely fine with. We're just losing sand turns. This is getting chipped once again. I'm going to grass knot again, and now I can go into Basculin, click no, I'm going to go into Comfy, click Draining Kiss, and the Frostmoth's going to come in. I'm going to go hard into my Sylvally. Yeah, that's all fine. We might see him just immediately go Frostmoth here, which again is fine. I'm not worried about that. Like, I've been very particular about keeping my Sylvally still healthy to deal with that eventuality. I think his win condition here is freezing me with Frostmoth, which I can lose. Yeah. Now I'm kind of in a position to where I'm wondering, can I avoid losing to a freeze? Because like I have the advantage. I know I'm up. I should win this game. It's a case of, alright, how do I make sure I win this game? So like, I could do that, but then it's gonna Giga Drain me if I don't get the roll. So like, we see that, no, that's not fine, because when he gets +2, so if he's modest, let's think about that as well. Okay, so he's still gonna, and just to see this damage, yeah, I am fine into modest. So going back to this, if he is Giga Drain, so like right now we're in a position to where he can't even kill me with a crit onto Valley. I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, see, if I go for this liquidation roll, he potentially gets a second one off, and then he might kill my Sylvally with a crit, and that opens up his percentages of winning. And what's my roll onto this? Okay, it is higher than a crit chance. So theoretically I should be going into this if I have everything right in my mind, but I'm not confident I do. I feel like I might be missing something. If he gets +2, oh, I just can't let him get no, Silas with a crit. If he gets +2, he can't kill me. Like, he definitely can't. This is one of those situations where I feel like Basculin is the correct play, but I just can't bring myself to make that play because I feel like I'm overlooking something, and if I go Basculin and I lose because of it, I just won't forgive myself. Whereas if I lose to a freeze, I can mentally justify it. So I'm going to go Valley here, and I'm going to click multi-attack, and I'm going to hopefully not lose to a freeze. Okay, and we win. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think everything else was fairly solid, but yeah, maybe the Basculin was the better line there. But yeah, regardless of all that, I thought that was a good game to kind of show off game planning, changing game plans mid-match, you know, analysing early on what's going to be your issues, how you're going to deal with stuff. Not over-predicting when you don't need to, I think, is a big thing. Like, if I go back, this was fine. So, yeah. Where were we? There were a few turns within the margins where I was kind of like, I'm expecting. So, I remember when I was talking out this turn. Now, in hindsight, I clicked flamethrower here. I should have just multi-attacked. I didn't realize multi-attack was going to 2-KO the Sand Slash. I should have done the calc there and kind of made myself aware of that. But then, like, at the same time, I was looking at the Vikavolt coming in, so I'm not too worried about that line. But like I was saying on the comms, he's probably going to go Giggle It here and then make a pivot into Vikavolt. And I said that this turn. But it's really important to analyze your position in the game and determine, alright, well, do I actually need to make that aggressive play? And kind of make those hard reads when I can just make the play that's in front of me and then play off of that. And so I multi-attacked on the Giggle It. I made the safe mid-ground play with Silvally clicking U-turn, got the Oct in. I knew this wasn't going to kill, but I knew that Vikavolt was the biggest issue for my team, so I was very happy to lose my Octillery into this. And then that just set me up very nicely to win with Silvally plus Raichu in the late game. So yeah, there you go. That was the game. It did to a certain degree come down to a lot of these 50-50s between Raichu and Sandslash, but I think you can kind of see where I was going for with the positioning I was trying to put myself in to make it where these aren't going to decide the game. Now, the fact that I was able to get a 2 or 3 in a row put me in a very nice position towards the end game to where I wasn't too concerned about losing it, but you can kind of see what I was going for and what I was trying to set up there. So, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.